Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel Math with Mrs. O. I'm Ofelia Orate, a principal owner of a school and Core Concepts Tutorial Center, a math teacher and an author of 21 books. Today, I'm going to make videos on Philippine Science High School reviewer. Now, or reviews. I taught in Philippine Science High School for 18 years and I was the head of the math department of Philippine Science High School. I hope this will help you. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button. Let's start. Okay, problem number 1. 1/6 of the students in a certain school are under 10 years old. So 1/6 are under 10 years old, years old. If there are 126 students in the school, how many are under 10 years old? So how many are under 10 years old? So you simply get 1/6 of 126, which is 126 divided by 6. So 12 divided by 6 gives you 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. Bring down 6. Divided by 6 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. So we have here 21 students are under 10 years old. Next, problem number 2. Mr. Rodriguez has 1,235 mango seedlings. He planted 800 in one area and 320 in another area. So planted 800 and 320. So he planted a total of 1,120. We added 800 and 320. 0, 2, 8, 11. 1,120. How many mango seedlings were left to him? So we just subtract 1,120 from the total 1,235. 1,120. 5 minus 0 is 5, 3 minus 2 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So there were 115, letter D, mango seedlings left to him. Problem number 3. In the proportion 1/3 is to n equals 1/4 is to 6, which is the value for n? Now, here, it would be better if you write them as a fraction. So 1/3 over n equals 1/4 over 6. Then you cross multiply. Multiply the numerator of the second fraction and the denominator of the first fraction. Multiply them. You get 1/4 n equals 1/3 times 6. 1/3 times 6. 1/3 times 6. There. As you can see, you can simplify this. 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 because this is understood to be 1 over 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you have here 1/4 n or n over 4 equals 2. Now, if you have n over 4 equals 2, this is understood to be 2 over 1. N times 1 is n. That's why we have n over 4. Cross multiply again. N times 1 is n equals 2 times 4 is 8. So the answer is 8. This is letter A. 5 bananas cost 3 pesos and 75 centavos. Which equation shows the cost of 12 bananas? So you have 5 bananas cost 3 pesos and 75 centavos. So this is the number of bananas, this is the cost. So you also have to have here the number of bananas, which equation shows the cost of 12 bananas. So you write here 12, which is the number of bananas, is to cost. Which equation shows the cost? So this is x, the cost. Okay, do you get that? So number is to number, cost is to cost. So we have here 5 is to 3 pesos and 75 centavos equals 12 is to x. X or n. X is just a variable. You can change it to n, a, or what. So the answer is number 4 is letter D. Again, n is just a variable, so you can change this to x, n, or a. Let's proceed to problem number 5. The ratio of two numbers is 14 is to 3. This is another way of writing a ratio. If the smaller is 57, so you write the 57 here. Because this is smaller. What is the bigger number? We let x be the bigger number. Now, you simply divide. 57 divided by 3. 57 divided by 3 is 1 times 3 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, 27. Bring down 7. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. Meaning 19 was multiplied to 3. So you also have to multiply 19 here. When you're multiplying 19 over 19 in a given fraction, you're as if you're multiplying a number which is equal to 1. And 1 times any number is the number itself. So this will give you 3 times 19 is 57. There, 57. And 14 times 19, 14 times 19. 9 times 4, 36, carry 3. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 3, 12. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Add them, you get 6, 6, 2, 266. So x here is 266. So the final answer is letter A. Problem number 6. In a room consisting of 60 people, there are 3 females for every 2 males. How many males and females are there? Now, what you can do here, the easiest way is to add 3 and 2. Why? Because you're adding the parts. There are 3 parts females and 2 parts males. That's the easiest. So you get 5. And then, since you have a total of 60 people, so divide 60 by 5. So we have 1 times 5 is 5, 6 minus 5 is 1, 10. 10 divided by 12. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. So the answer is 12. Meaning there are 12 per part. So 12 times 3, because there are 3 females for every 2 males. So 12 times 3 is 6, 36 females. And 12 per part times 2 males, that will give you 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 1 is 22. So you have a total of 24 males. So the answer is 36 females and 24 males, which is problem number 6, letter A, final answer. Next, number 7. 3 boys can fill a tank of water in 2 hours. How long will 4 boys take to do the same job? There are 3 boys, so that you multiply it by the rate, which is 1/2. Why 1/2? They can fill up a tank of water in 2 hours. So the rate is 1/2, but we have to multiply 1/3 because there are 3 boys, so we have a total rate of 1/6. Now it says here, how long will 4 boys? So, how long? So that's 1/x, that's the rate. 4 boys times 1/4. So we have 1 times 1 is 1, over x times 4 is 4x. Equate them, 1/6 equals 1/4x. Now, whenever you get a fraction which is like this, both are 1 in the numerator, just equate the denominator. So 6 equals 4x. That will make things easy and fast. And then 6 equals 4x. We're solving for x here, so you divide both sides by 4. By 4. There. Then cancel the 4. There. You have x equals 6 over 4. But wait. 6 and 4 are still cancelable by 2, or they can still be simplified. So you divide this by 2 over 2, or you just cancel. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. You get 1/2. And 1/2 is 1.5 or 1.5. Now, by the way, whenever you have a fraction which is like this, 6 over 4, you can do it fast, no? Just by cancellation. Cancel the common factor, which is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So you get 3/2. See? You get exactly the same answer. 3/2 is 1.5. So our answer is letter B. Problem number 8. Mrs. Benitez has 3 children, a college, a high school, and a grade school student. So we have a college, high school, and a grade school student there. Since their expenses and needs differ, Mrs. Benitez allots 105 pesos daily in the ratio 4:2:1. So 4:2:1 respectively. So this is 4:2:1 respectively. How much will the grade school child have daily? Question mark for this. Now, the easiest way to do is add this. 4 plus 2 plus 1. 7. And then divide 105, the daily allowance, by 7. Always remember that. If you have a ratio like this and then you're given a total amount, add this. 7, then divide the total amount by 7. 10 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 10 minus 7 is 3. Bring down 5. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. See? You get 15 per part. And the grade school is 1 part, so that must be 15. So our answer here is 15. What if the problem asks for the allowance of the high school? All you have to do is to multiply 15 times 2, because the high school gets 2 parts. So 15 times 2 is 30. See? And if the problem asks for the allowance of the college student, 15, multiply this by 15, because 15 is per part. The college student has 4 parts. 4 times 15 gives you 60 pesos. There. Now let's proceed. Problem number 9. A book sale sold 215 books. This comprises 87.5% of all their books. Let me repeat that. So that would mean 215 books sold, the number of books sold, comprises 87.5% of all the books. There. You let X here be the total number of books. Let me repeat that to make it clear. The 215 books sold is 87.5% of all their books. Approximately how many books did they have in all? So, if this is the case, all you have to do is do this. 215 equals 87.5% is per 100 times X. Then, multiply 100 to both sides. There. 100 times this will be giving you 215, 0, 0. Diba? When you're multiplying 100, you just add 2 zeros here. And then you cancel the zeros here. So you have 87.5x. Oh. 2. Isolate x here, divide this by 87.5, both sides. There. So you can cancel this. You're left with x is equal to 21,500 divided by 87.5. Move the decimal point one place to the right, it becomes 875. Move this one place to the right, so the decimal point is here. Write it there immediately. There. Now divide. Can we divide 215 by 875? No. So you move to the next number. It becomes 2,150 divided by 87.5. What do we get? So 2. Make sure you align your answer here on top of 0. 2 times 5, 10, 0, carry 1. 2 times 7, 14 plus 1, 15, carry 1. 2 times 8, 16 plus 1, 17. There. Minus. So this is 0, 0. 21 minus 17 is 4. Bring down 0. Now, 4,000 divided by 87.5. So that's approximate. Like if this is 900, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 900s in 4,000, right? So you approximate. So you'll have 4 here. 4 times 5 is 20, carry 2. 4 times 7, 28 plus 2, 30, carry 3. 4 times 5, 20, carry 2, 20, 30, carry 3, carry 3. So 8 times 4, 32, plus 3, 35. There. So 0, subtract 0, 0. 10 minus 5 is 5. This becomes 3, so 0. Bring down 0 again. In 5,000s, how many are 875? So you approximate. 875 is around 900. How many 900 are there in 5,000? Around 5. Oh, and then 5 times 5, 25, carry 2. 5 times 7, 35 plus 2, 37, carry 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3, 43. Subtract. Well, before we subtract, let's see if the answer is already here. Because, you know, why did I stop? We cannot have a point something books, we cannot have a 0.3 books or 0.5 books or 0.7 books. Remember, this is an entrance exam. If that's the case, you have to be fast. That there can't be a point something book, so you have to stop and look at the answers. Is there a 245? Yeah, there is. Mabuhay. The answer is letter D. Last number, problem number 10. Out of 495 grade 6 students, 80% will have their confirmation this year. So 80% will have. How many will not have their confirmation this year? So if 80% will have their confirmation, how many will not have? So obviously you have 20% will not have. Where did you get that? It's always, the total is always 100%. So if 80% will have, the remaining 20% will not have. Now, how do we now get the 20% of 495? So it's simply 495 times 0.2. Why 0.2? Remember, 20%, as we have learned, is just 20 per 100. Then write 20 here, move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Why? Because you're dividing by 100, so simply multiply this by 0.2. Now, why not 0.20? Remember, 0.20 or 0.20 is also 0.2. So you better remove the 0 and just multiply by 0.2 to make things fast. O multiply them. 5 times 2, 10, carry 1, 9, 18, 19, 9, carry 1, 4 times 2, 8 plus 1 is 9. 1.1 point. So there are 99 students who will not have their confirmation this year. I hope I was of help to you. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that we can continue uploading many videos. And always don't forget to add kindness, subtract judgment, multiply understanding equals Mrs. O's good life equation. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye.